The Quarantine Cup is of course brought to you by Nikijo Collectibles. Enter code Nolan5 at checkout for 5% off sealed and singles on the site. I personally picked up my case of Burst of Destiny for, I believe it was $1,070 after entering code Nolan5 at checkout. They do more than just sealed though, they do singles. Honestly, probably the most competitive prices on the market for everything at launch. They do also have a little bit of a back catalogue going on with some alternate rares and secret rares that they're updating all the time, so do check them out. And of course, entering code Nolan5 at checkout makes it all the cheaper. But let's get on into the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to NolanTCG, and we are back here today for the final episode of this week's Quarantine Cup, and I'm here again with Jake.
Oh.
And Logan.
Snake Rat on Twitch, come and follow me.
I definitely just addressed the camera, though, as if, like, we were still on camera.
As if the camera was still on, yeah.
Yeah, as if the camera was still on. That was slightly awkward to just me, and I didn't have to mention it, but I did anyway. Because there is quite a rock battle going on.
You might as well fill up the time.
May as well.
Now, Ben, this reminds me of a story of you and me in our duels, where we both threw paper for 40 minutes, which led to a game 1 draw.
Yeah, all the spectators showed up, and they were all like, oh, what's going on? This game's still going. Oh, they're just throwing paper.
And everyone's like, is this game 3? It's like, aha, no, buddy. But as we see, Loza gives up his pride and he does throw a scissors.
Yes, and I feel like he did that assuming that his opponent would go first. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and we have Jesse deciding to go second with Cyber Dragons, while Loza is playing Gren Maju. So it's very not ideal for Loz to be in this position. He definitely does not want to be going first.
We'll open up with a trade-in. Gonna draw 2. Drawing 2, no more, no less. However, he does wait for the Ash. The Ash does not come.
And pitching the Alpha is obviously an indication that he was not wanting to play first, because that is not a going first card.
Now, not unless he gives his opponent a Santa Claus.
Ow. How is he doing that?
Special summon a danger, tribute summon Santa Claus.
Oh my dear lord. So we have a Bigfoot here, again just trying to circle through the deck, getting very little advantage if it ends up being in the graveyard. And he hit a Bigfoot. That's rough. That's so very rough. We have the Golden Castle coming down to attempt to summon from deck. And we have Jesse attempting to Ash, but we have the call by. Shame that card's still at 1. It needs to be a 3.
Or they could just give us Crossout Designator. Imagine.
Yeah, that too.
Or,
they could give us Bond by 2.0. No, Maxi is no. You can't.
So, Hextrude, Stromberg. Oh yeah, no. So Jesse was telling Loza that he probably should be playing it in the center of the field.
Yes, that is technically the correct place to play it if you're playing at Wollongong Locals.
Yes, Golden Castle Stromberg goes in the center of the field between the link zones.
Yes.
As should all field spells, honestly.
Look, as a Mech Knight player, I am all for this.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I'm about that. Move the 2 graveyards. Move the graveyards to the top of the far columns. Put the field spell zone in the middle column. How much cleaner this board would look.
It look very clean. It also gives me another column to play with, so
Yeah.
I'm for this.
Once stuff goes into the graveyard, Mech Knights turn on.
Yeah, exactly. This is fantastic.
Yes, give me give me more columns.
I don't know what you do with the banish zones, but
They're banished. They don't exist.
True.
I can't summon Mech Knights off banished cards. That's ridiculous, Logan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, make it 7 monster zones.
So Loza looks to be ending on a Sanafond, preventing Jesse from special summoning from the extra deck. However, also prevents him from special summoning, so that Gizmek is detached. Not going to do much.
Yes, and to the viewers, you would have heard him say extra deck, but what you actually heard was graveyard. It's a very interesting technique that Ben has, that he can change what he says.
Yeah, it's like, it comes out one way and it changes the other way, and then like it gets converted by the microphone as it goes into your ears.
Yeah, it's amazing technology.
Quite astounding.
So anyway, he cannot summon
Many
from
wonder how he
the
does it.
graveyard. And we have a pseudo Cyber Dragon being hit with the whatever it's called, machine duplication. And even if Loz did run hand traps, Ash is currently being negated by his call by the turn before. So we will be seeing 2 Cyber Dragons hit the board. Also, Jesse is yet again doing all of this in the draw phase, which is just phenomenal that he's able to play this quickly.
Yeah, it's really intense.
Don't know how Cyber Dragons became so broken. I would say that he'd watch this video and get angry at me for taking the piss out of him, but let's be real, he's not watching these videos.
So, in this situation here,
actually...
Jesse goes the Verte route.
Yep.
Could he not have linked into an Anaconda? Not an Anaconda, the Anima. Stolen the Sky Prison, and then made the Verte.
I don't think Sky Prison can be targeted. Oh, no, Anima doesn't target, does it? Okay. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. He's not restricted into, like,
he hasn't
anything else.
Yeah, he hasn't nashed at all. Unless he plans on
nashing. Assuming that he's not playing Anima.
And nashed is the rest of the turn, so... Quite interesting. Because that would get him out of needing to Siga right now. Because there wouldn't be anything for him to need to buff over.
Yeah, true.
He'd just essentially activate his Verte, send the Overload Fusion, pop the Stromberg, and attack for game. I feel as though this is just infinitely correct.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what he does. Okay, so we've got a send of Overload Fusion. So he may still be able to win on this turn, I think.
Yeah, I think.
What do you think, Logan?
He has no response. I think he does win. I think he's gonna clear out that Stromberg. He's gonna buff up and attack 3 times.
Yeah, so unless Loz has got a sneaky battle trap in hand, I think this may be the end of game 1.
Honestly, given it's Maju, Dirk, it wouldn't surprise me to see a Swift Scarecrow come down.
Yeah, look, definitely.
All I'm saying is Anaconda is the card that should be banned before Dragoon. Because, like, I'm just saying, this doesn't happen without Anaconda.
Or...
I mean, sure, but, like, it's Cyber Dragon, so, like, just let them do it. like, is anyone caring that Cyber Dragon can summon a fusion off, like, of Anaconda? No. No one cares
Probably
at all.
not. Yeah.
Do they care that they can summon a non-targetable, non-destroyable, negate, and double pop? Yeah. I care a lot about that. That's kind of broken.
Yeah, I care.
You summon Dragoon.
I got confused there. I thought there was going to be a response, and he just didn't respond. I was like, oh.
No, he has no defense
no
to
argument. cannot argue against. He's got me.
That you can't, like, see, Duck at our locals complains about Dragoon, but then also plays Dragoon. It's like, okay, is there a problem with the card or not? You don't seem to have a problem with using it against people to win, but then if people use it against you, you're like, oh, the card should be banned. Like, make up your mind.
Oh no, I got no problem with it used against me. Like, card good. Play best cards. It's just, and I'm happy for it to not be banned because my combo deck can just get interrupted and go, I slapped Dragoon.
That's literally the only complaint I have about the Verte line is that.
Oh, you have complaints about it? Huh?
No, it'd be my only complaint. And again, it's not so much about the Verte, it's about the Verte into Dragoon specifically. Like, you can Verte into anything else. I honestly wouldn't care. Like, when the new Evil Hero or Vision Hero thing comes out here, the one that like pops a card on each side of the field, that is infinitely more fair.
It also doesn't be someone with Verte, correct? If I'm correct. Like
It doesn't need to be. No, you can just open Neo's Fusion or whatever it is that summons it,
It's
and just play it at the end because
think it's a fusion.
it's either Vision Hero. It's a fusion card, so why wouldn't it be?
No, does it have fusion in the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's yeah.
I've been
So I
ignoring
can't remember if it's Vision. I can't remember if it's Vision Hero, if it's a Vision Hero specifically that it is, or if it's an Evil Hero or the other one. But it's definitely a fusion card that summons it because it's the new target for Verte in the OCG because they don't have Dragoon. I can't remember if it's
Verte banned in the OCG,
no, Dragoon is banned in the OCG.
but are they both banned?
Could they both be banned?
No.
Because I
a
swear I
look.
don't see Vertes in the OCG being used to make the new hero guy. I swear it's just the thing where if you draw the fusion spell, you've drawn the fusion spell.
We can
Let's
have a
see.
look.
OCG ban list. If I type in English, maybe?
Yeah, Anaconda. Oh, Anaconda is limited.
Oh, okay. Useful.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they can just play the spell because the spell's not as restrictive as Red Eyes Fusion. You just
Yeah.
have to use it at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
It's like after you use this effect, you cannot special summon.
Loza electing to go first, just a simple set 2.
Yeah. So interesting that he'd choose to do that. Maybe he was under the assumption he couldn't deal with the Dragoon, but we have a Lightning Storm on the little interruption that he has.
Walked right into a lightning storm on that summon limit Nimperm. Summon limit probably would have done something there.
Summon Limit would have definitely put him in a good position, but alas,
Yeah.
Lightning Storm is a card.
Given Jesse's playing Cyber Dragon, I'd assume we're going to see an OTK here.
Yeah, and see, the interesting thing is that to keep the Lightning Storms in, he would have assumed that he was going second. So he would have assumed that a Gren Maju player was going to go first, which I find really interesting.
Yeah, maybe Loza maybe telegraphed it.
Maybe.
He might have said, like, time to go first, and then actually gone first.
Yeah, maybe as a meme, he's just like, oh, I better go first, and then actually did it, and then Jesse's planned for it, and now he's screwed.
Yeah.
So we've got, I can never remember what all these new Cyber Dragon cards are called. I think it's Nashta. Is it Nashta?
Nashta, yes. So Nashta summoning
So Nashta, pitch Cyber Dragon, summon Cyber Dragon.
locking him to machines.
Yep. Then we have an instant fusion summoning, oh, not instant
It's a
fusion,
ready
sorry,
fusion.
ready fusion. The new one, summoning the Cybersaurus, the newest target for Cyber Dragon players to be able to summon the Nova, which is interesting because I swear there's another target they could play. Oh, wait, no, there's not. Sorry, no, that does have an effect. It's just never applied. I was thinking of the big bulldozer-looking thing, but it does actually have an effect.
So now we're seeing a Cyber Dragon Nova. Cannot use its resurrection effect because that is 2 spell cards in grave.
Mm-hmm.
Also can't see
And
that
at this
Nashta
stage,
linked off.
yeah,
So I'm assuming we're just going to see a punch in the face here. Unless he goes Infinity. How many Infinity and Novas do you reckon JC's playing in this list? 3 or 2?
the lists I've seen, I think it's 2 and 2.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yep, here we go. We're going to see a punch in the face. For
That'll be
21.
20. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, it's still the Nova.
Yeah,
My bad.
Infinity gets the bump. Oh,
So then we have what is technically an illegal summon of Gaia, the dragon, whatever it's called,
not a machine.
and then slap a Zeus on top. So yeah, technically can't summon that particular material, but yeah, from what has been pointed out, you could just summon the Infinity and that would solve the problem. So what else do we have here from Loz?
I'm assuming we're going to see Maju things. Probably activate Pot of Desires, normal summon Maju. Activate Stop Defense. Attack over Nashta for game.
Yep, I'm sure that'll all resolve while Zeus is on the board.
It will. Only the Stop Defense when you'll be stopped. Because you'll have 2 Stop Defense.
Jesus.
Not enough people play Stop Defense, you know? Play Stop Defense.
In fact, almost no one.
Stop
plays
defense.
Stop
Very
Defense.
balanced. Very fair. Good
It's a
card.
very fair card. I used to love that card when I was young. Stop
We
Defense.
love fair cards.
Yes.
Here we play block attack. We have Loz carefully choosing his targets for his Eater of Millions banish.
Only 10.
So he's left himself.
I was,
Yeah, so he's left himself 5 cards in the extra deck, but then we have an immediate link off into Relinquished Anima, which is a great way to bait out the Zeus, provided he doesn't have any other responses. So let's see what we've got going.
there is a handy dandy back row back there. What's it gonna be? Anima's activating, and it's an infinite impermanence.
Oh, chain the Imperm, that's rough.
Actually,
So yeah, that puts him in a tricky spot.
that is an archetypal.
actually.
That's an archetypal trap card. Infinite impermanence.
Yeah, technically speaking. Technically speaking.
Do you think you would have used these earlier? These Danger Thunderbird.
Well, I suppose the tricky thing is that with the Eater of Millions in hand, trying to use Dangers risks you losing that card, and that was realistically the only card he's going to be able to use to get Zeus off the board.
Ooh.
So, yeah,
It's been sniped both
hitting
times.
both Dangers, that's so rough. Yeah, a lot depends on what card he does have left in hand.
Oh, it's a
Oh, it's
Maju.
the Maju.
However,
Okay, so the
that Zeus is
Maju...
gonna not be fun.
Oh, yeah. It declares attack into Zeus. Zeus chains. We'll go bye-bye.
Detaching specifically the Cyber Dragon cards.
Yep, need those engraved to be able to reborn. It looks like we're getting a full assault at this stage because Jesse has changed his Zeus into attack mode in the standby phase and moved to straight to battle phase.
Big 3k
Alright.
punch to the face.
Big.
29. It's
So-
there's
Oh,
an
we
instant
have a
Zeus
big
at
one.
least.
Yeah. So that gets rid of the problem on board. Jesse is still 3 cards behind. I'm sorry, 3 cards ahead in his turn. So
Yeah, pretty much
Not
any
good
monster
for Loz.
here is going to get him here.
It's an emergency.
Oh, mate.
It's gonna
That's
fire.
that- Yeah, that's pick up your graveyard, pick up your banish pile, shake your hand, and walk off.
So I'm assuming he's
that's
gonna
a
get
coward's
the
way out. Set the
reborn
table
here.
on fire.
So he gets the reborn. Assuming this is gonna get the Nova, surely.
You would think
Well, he
so.
could
have
go
to.
the Nashta first, right? Just to get the extra damage on board. So Nashta revives a machine
true.
with 2100 attack or defense.
Get
or
Nashta
something
back,
along those
summon
lines.
Nova, then summon Infinity.
Does
That'll be
Nashta have-
exact damage,
Ah,
right?
Nashta has 200 attack. Yes, that is exact. I was like,
Yeah.
if it has 100, that's not enough. And then this
Yeah,
overlays
this
So
would
for
some
be
of the
pretty
Nova,
good.
Nova for Infinity. Even if he did have like a sneaky graveyard effect, he'd have to have activated it now. But
Jesse does know his
alas,
maths.
he had a handful of double Thunderbird and just
Well, what
general
if he had a
garbage.
graveyard? He could have let Jesse go to battle phase and then do it, forcing the Infinity to negate and then surviving with 200. But doesn't matter. Doesn't have one. That's the end of that.
No,
Jesse with the win.
Jesse
Tough
taking
times.
his one locals win for the year, I guess.
yeah, that's his quota. He's reached it. It's a little late in the year, but he's got plenty of time to relax between now and next year to talk up his another win.
Sit back, relax, start thinking of new Cyber Dragon combos, which haven't changed since they came out.